Hello everyone, and welcome to this session on Introduction to Machine Learning. In today's lecture, we are going to explore what machine learning is, why it is important, and how it is used in real-world applications. By the end of this session, you will have a clear understanding of the basic concepts, types of machine learning, and some commonly used algorithms. Let's begin with a simple question: what is machine learning? Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence that enables computers to learn from data and make decisions without being explicitly programmed. Instead of writing detailed instructions, we provide data, and the system learns patterns on its own. To understand this better, think about how humans learn. We learn from experience, by observing patterns and improving over time. Machine learning works in a very similar way. The more data it processes, the better it becomes at making predictions. For example, when you use platforms like YouTube or Netflix, you often see recommendations tailored to your interests. These recommendations are powered by machine learning algorithms that analyze your past behavior and predict what you might like next. Machine learning is widely used in many real-world applications such as spam email detection, fraud detection in banking, medical diagnosis, and even self-driving cars. There are three main types of machine learning. First is supervised learning, where the model learns from labeled data. Second is unsupervised learning, where it finds patterns in unlabeled data. And third is reinforcement learning, where the system learns through trial and error using rewards and penalties. In today's data-driven world, machine learning plays a crucial role in making systems smarter, faster, and more efficient. It is one of the most important technologies shaping the future. Now let us understand an important question: why do we need machine learning? In traditional programming, we write explicit rules for every possible scenario. However, in many real-world problems, defining such rules becomes extremely difficult or even impossible. For example, how do we write rules to detect spam emails, recognize faces, or recommend products? These problems involve patterns that are too complex for manual programming. This is where machine learning becomes essential. Machine learning allows systems to automatically learn from data and improve over time without human intervention. Instead of programming rules, we provide examples, and the system identifies patterns on its own. Another key reason is the explosion of data. Today, massive amounts of data are generated every second from social media, sensors, transactions, and more. Machine learning helps us analyze this data efficiently and extract meaningful insights. It is also widely used for prediction and decision-making. For instance, milliliter models can predict stock trends, detect fraudulent transactions, and assist doctors in diagnosing diseases. Applications we use daily, such as Google Maps for traffic prediction or Amazon for product recommendations, rely heavily on machine learning. In short, machine learning is needed because it enables us to solve complex problems, handle large-scale data, and build intelligent systems that continuously improve their performance. That is why machine learning has become a core technology in today's digital world. Machine learning can be broadly classified into three main types, based on how the model learns from data. The first type is supervised learning. In this approach, the model is trained using labeled data, which means each input is associated with a correct output. The goal is to learn a mapping between inputs and outputs so that the model can predict results for new, unseen data. For example, predicting house prices or classifying emails as spam or not spam are supervised learning tasks. The second type is unsupervised learning. Here, the data is not labeled, and the model tries to discover patterns or structures on its own. It groups similar data points together or identifies hidden relationships. A common example is customer segmentation, where businesses group customers based on purchasing behavior. The third type is reinforcement learning. This approach is inspired by how humans learn through experience. An agent interacts with an environment and learns by receiving rewards for correct actions and penalties for wrong ones. Over time, it learns the best strategy to maximize rewards. This type is widely used in applications like game playing, robotics, and autonomous systems. To summarize, supervised learning learns from labeled data, unsupervised learning finds hidden patterns in unlabeled data, and reinforcement learning learns through interaction and feedback. These three types form the foundation of most machine learning systems used today. Supervised learning is a method where the model is trained using labeled data. This means that for every input, we already know the correct output. The goal of the model is to learn the relationship between input and output so that it can make accurate predictions on new, unseen data. In simple terms, we are supervising the learning process by providing the correct answers during training. Supervised learning can be broadly divided into two main categories: classification and regression. Let us first look at classification tasks. Classification involves identifying categories or classes from labeled data. In this case, the output is discrete, meaning it belongs to a specific category. For example, consider email spam detection. The system learns from labeled examples where emails are marked as spam or not spam, and then it classifies new emails accordingly. Another example is image recognition, where a model identifies whether an image contains a cat, a dog, or any other object. To perform classification tasks, several powerful algorithms are used. Some of the most common ones include decision trees, which split data based on conditions; support vector machines, which find optimal boundaries between classes; neural networks, which mimic the human brain and are widely used in deep learning. Now let us move to the second category, which is regression tasks. Regression is used when we want to predict continuous values rather than categories. The output here is numerical. For example, predicting the price of a house based on factors like size, location, and number of rooms is a regression problem. Another example is forecasting future trends, such as sales prediction or temperature forecasting. Some commonly used algorithms for regression include linear regression, which models a straight line relationship between variables; random forest, which combines multiple decision trees to improve prediction accuracy. So, to summarize, classification deals with discrete outputs, like categories. Regression deals with continuous outputs, like numerical values. Supervised learning is widely used because it is highly effective when labeled data is available. It forms the foundation of many real-world applications, from spam filtering to financial forecasting. Understanding supervised learning is essential, as it is one of the most commonly used approaches in machine learning today. Now let us move on to the second major type of machine learning, known as unsupervised learning. Unlike supervised learning, in unsupervised learning, the data is not labeled. This means the model is not given any predefined outputs or correct answers. Instead, it tries to explore the data on its own and discover hidden patterns, structures, or relationships. In simple terms, the model learns without guidance; it figures things out by itself. Unsupervised learning can be broadly understood through two important tasks: clustering and dimensionality reduction with anomaly detection. Let us first look at clustering. Clustering is the process of grouping similar data points together based on their characteristics. The idea is that data points within the same group are more similar to each other than to those in other groups. A common real-world example is customer segmentation. Businesses use clustering to group customers based on purchasing behavior, preferences, or demographics. This helps companies design targeted marketing strategies. Another example is market analysis, where patterns in consumer behavior are identified without predefined categories. Some widely used clustering algorithms include k-means, which divides data into a fixed number of clusters by minimizing distance within each group; hierarchical clustering, which builds a tree-like structure of clusters, either by merging or splitting groups step by step. Now let us move to the second important aspect, dimensionality reduction and anomaly detection. In many real-world scenarios, datasets can have a large number of features, making them complex and difficult to analyze. Dimensionality reduction helps simplify such datasets while preserving the most important information. This not only reduces computational cost but also improves model performance and visualization. A commonly used technique here is principal component analysis, or PCA, which transforms data into a lower dimensional space while retaining maximum variance. Another important concept is anomaly detection, which focuses on identifying unusual or rare data points that differ significantly from the majority. For example, detecting fraudulent transactions in banking systems or identifying faults in machines can be treated as anomaly detection problems. An algorithm like DBSCAN is often used here, as it can identify clusters as well as outliers effectively. So, to summarize, clustering helps in grouping similar data points. Dimensionality reduction simplifies complex datasets. Anomaly detection identifies unusual patterns. Unsupervised learning is especially useful when labeled data is not available, which is often the case in real-world scenarios. It helps uncover hidden insights and plays a crucial role in data exploration and analysis. Now let us explore the third major type of machine learning, known as reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is quite different from supervised and unsupervised learning. Instead of learning from labeled data or discovering patterns, here the learning happens through interaction with an environment. At the center of reinforcement learning is the concept of an agent and an environment. The agent is the learner or decision maker, and the environment is everything the agent interacts with. The process works as follows: the agent observes the environment, takes an action, and then receives feedback in the form of a reward or a penalty. Based on this feedback, the agent adjusts its future actions to achieve better outcomes. In simple terms, the agent learns by trial and error, similar to how humans learn from experience. This brings us to an important concept called the state-action-reward cycle. At each step, the agent observes the current state of the environment. It chooses an action based on that state. The action causes a transition to a new state. The agent receives a reward or penalty. This reward signal is crucial because it guides the agent toward making better decisions over time. The ultimate goal of reinforcement learning is to learn a strategy, called a policy, that maximizes the total reward over time. Unlike supervised learning, there are no correct answers given in advance. The agent must explore different actions and gradually learn which ones lead to the best results. Now let us look at some real-world applications of reinforcement learning. One of the most famous examples is AlphaGo, developed by DeepMind. It learned to play the complex game of Go at a superhuman level by playing millions of games and improving through experience. Reinforcement learning is also widely used in robotics, where robots learn tasks such as object manipulation, walking, or navigation by interacting with their environment. Another important application is in autonomous vehicles, where systems learn how to drive safely by continuously analyzing road conditions, traffic, and obstacles. To summarize, reinforcement learning is based on interaction and feedback. The agent learns through the state-action-reward cycle. The goal is to maximize long-term rewards. It is widely used in games, robotics, and self-driving systems. Reinforcement learning is powerful because it enables systems to learn complex behaviors in dynamic environments, making it a key technology for the future of intelligent systems. Now let us look at applications of milliliter. One of the most impactful areas where machine learning is transforming lives, healthcare. Machine learning is playing a crucial role in improving diagnosis, treatment, and overall patient care. By analyzing vast amounts of medical data, milliliter systems can assist doctors in making faster and more accurate decisions. Let us explore three key applications. The first is disease diagnosis. Machine learning algorithms can analyze patient data such as medical history, lab reports, and symptoms to detect diseases at an early stage. For example, milliliter models are widely used to identify conditions like cancer and diabetes. These systems can detect subtle patterns that may not be easily visible to human experts. Early detection is extremely important because it allows timely treatment, which can significantly improve patient outcomes and even save lives. The second application is medical imaging analysis. In modern healthcare, imaging techniques such as X-rays, MRIs, and CT scans generate large amounts of visual data. Deep learning models, especially neural networks, are trained to interpret these images with high precision. They can identify tumors, fractures, and other abnormalities, often matching or even exceeding human-level accuracy in certain tasks. This not only reduces the workload of radiologists but also improves the speed and reliability of diagnosis. The third important application is predictive healthcare. Machine learning can analyze historical patient data to predict future outcomes. For instance, it can estimate the risk of patient readmission after discharge, predict the spread of diseases, or evaluate how a patient might respond to a particular treatment. These predictions enable healthcare providers to take proactive measures, allocate resources more effectively, and improve overall healthcare planning. In summary, milliliter helps in early and accurate disease diagnosis. It enhances medical imaging analysis with high precision. It enables predictive healthcare, leading to better decision-making. Machine learning is not replacing doctors, but it is acting as a powerful assistant, helping them provide better, faster, and more personalized care. As technology continues to evolve, the role of machine learning in healthcare will only become more significant, ultimately improving the quality of life for millions of people. Now let us explore how machine learning is transforming the fields of business and finance. In today's data-driven economy, organizations rely heavily on machine learning to make smarter decisions, reduce risks, and improve customer experience. Let us begin with the first application, fraud detection and credit scoring. Financial institutions process millions of transactions every day. Detecting fraudulent activities manually is nearly impossible. Machine learning models analyze transaction patterns in real time and can quickly identify unusual or suspicious behavior. For example, if a transaction suddenly occurs in a different country or shows abnormal spending patterns, the system can flag it as potential fraud. Similarly, Milliliter is used in credit scoring, where it evaluates a customer's creditworthiness by analyzing past financial behavior, repayment history, and spending habits. This helps banks make faster and more accurate lending decisions. Now let us move to the second application, algorithmic trading and customer segmentation. In financial markets, machine learning powers algorithmic trading, where systems automatically analyze market data and execute trades at high speed. These models can identify patterns and trends that are difficult for humans to detect, enabling better investment strategies. In business contexts, Milliliter is also used for customer segmentation. Companies group customers based on their behavior, preferences, and purchasing patterns. This allows businesses to design targeted marketing campaigns and improve customer engagement. Next, we have churn prediction and demand forecasting. Churn prediction focuses on identifying customers who are likely to stop using a service. By analyzing usage patterns and customer behavior, machine learning models can predict churn in advance. This allows companies to take proactive steps, such as offering discounts or personalized services, to retain customers. Demand forecasting is another critical application. Milliliter models analyze historical sales data and external factors to predict future demand. This helps businesses optimize inventory, reduce waste, and allocate resources efficiently. To summarize, machine learning helps detect fraud and assess credit risk. It powers algorithmic trading and enables customer segmentation. It predicts customer churn and forecasts future demand. Machine learning is revolutionizing business and finance by making processes faster, smarter, and more efficient. As data continues to grow, the role of machine learning in these fields will become even more essential. Now let us look at how machine learning is integrated into our daily lives and modern technology. Many of the smart features we use every day are powered by machine learning, often without us even realizing it. Let us begin with image and speech recognition. Machine learning enables systems to interpret visual and audio data in a way similar to humans. For example, facial recognition systems can identify individuals in photos or videos, which is widely used in security and smartphone unlocking. Similarly, speech recognition allows devices to understand spoken language. Voice assistants like Google Assistant and Siri can process voice commands, answer questions, and perform tasks. Photo tagging on social media platforms is another example, where Milliliter automatically identifies people and objects in images. Next, let us discuss natural language processing, or NLP. NLP enables machines to understand, interpret, and generate human language. This is what allows computers to interact with us in a natural way. For instance, translation services like Google Translate can convert text from one language to another almost instantly. Chatbots used in customer support can answer queries and assist users efficiently. Virtual assistants also rely on NLP to understand user intent and provide relevant responses. Now let us move to recommendations and autonomous vehicles. Recommendation systems are widely used in platforms like Netflix and YouTube. These systems analyze your past behavior, preferences, and interactions to suggest content that you are likely to enjoy. This personalization enhances user experience and keeps users engaged. Another advanced application is autonomous vehicles, or self-driving cars. Machine learning helps these vehicles understand their surroundings, detect obstacles, recognize traffic signals, and make driving decisions in real time. These systems combine data from sensors, cameras, and maps to navigate safely in complex environments. To summarize, Milliliter enables machines to see and hear through image and speech recognition. It allows systems to understand language using NLP. It powers personalized recommendations and self-driving technologies. Machine learning is deeply embedded in our daily lives, making technology smarter, more interactive, and more personalized. As advancements continue, we can expect even more seamless and intelligent interactions between humans and machines. While machine learning offers powerful capabilities, it is equally important to understand its challenges and limitations. Let us go through some of the key issues. The first challenge is data quality and quantity. Machine learning models rely heavily on data. If the data is insufficient, incomplete, or noisy, the model's performance will suffer. In fact, poor quality data often leads to inaccurate predictions. Also, many advanced models require large amounts of data to learn effectively, which may not always be available. The second challenge is bias and fairness issues. If the training data contains bias, the model will also learn and replicate that bias. This can lead to unfair or discriminatory outcomes, especially in sensitive applications like hiring, lending, or healthcare. Ensuring fairness in machine learning systems is an ongoing challenge. Next is model interpretability. Some machine learning models, especially complex ones like deep neural networks, act as black boxes. This means it is difficult to understand how they arrive at a particular decision. In critical domains like medicine or finance, lack of interpretability can reduce trust in the system. Another important issue is overfitting. Overfitting occurs when a model learns the training data too well, including noise and irrelevant details. As a result, it performs poorly on new, unseen data. Balancing model complexity to avoid overfitting is a key challenge in machine learning. We also have computational demands. Training machine learning models, especially large ones, requires significant computational power and resources. This can be expensive and time-consuming, particularly for deep learning models. Finally, there are privacy and security concerns. Machine learning systems often rely on sensitive data, such as personal or financial information. Ensuring that this data is protected and used ethically is critical. There is also a risk of data breaches or misuse, which raises serious security concerns. To summarize, Milliliter depends heavily on high-quality data. It may introduce bias and fairness issues. Some models lack interpretability. There is a risk of overfitting. It requires high computational resources. And it raises privacy and security concerns. Understanding these limitations is essential for building responsible and effective machine learning systems. As researchers and practitioners, addressing these challenges is key to advancing the field of machine learning. And with that, we come to the end of this session on machine learning. We explored the fundamental concepts, types of machine learning, key applications across various domains, and also discussed the challenges and limitations. Machine learning is a rapidly evolving field, and understanding its basics is the first step toward building intelligent systems and solving real-world problems. Thank you for your attention and participation. If you have any questions or would like to discuss any topic further, I would be happy to take them now.